Hey everybody, today we're making chicken fried steak recipe. You need 4 cube steaks, which I've already pounded these out to about a 1/4 inch thickness, which I'll show you that in a minute. 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a teaspoon of baking soda, 3/4 teaspoon of salt. I have here it's a cup and a half of buttermilk, a tablespoon of Tabasco sauce. I've got 1 egg, I've already beat it up lightly in this bowl, and then there's 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. So the first step is going to be to season our steaks. So let me go ahead and unwrap this. Sprinkle it with a little kosher salt and pepper on both sides. Just rub it in. And then we'll flip them over and do the other side. I'll go ahead and set these aside. Okay, so we have our dry mixture. Now we're gonna make the wet mixture. To do that, we're gonna add the baking powder, baking soda, the salt, and we'll mix that in. Then you can go ahead and add your garlic, the egg, and the Tabasco. Mix that up. And then we're going to add this buttermilk a little bit at a time. A little foamy. Alright, so now I'll go ahead and grab our steak. Alright, so first they're going to go into the flour mixture. And then try to shake off the excess of that before you put it in your batter. Dip it in there. It's kind of thick. Shake the excess off of that. And then we'll set it on our platter. All right, and just repeat that with all of your cube steaks. Now we're going to dip it back in the flour. Nice and coated. Can get a little bit messy. All right, after you put in the flour, shake that off, and then we'll set it aside again. All right, now that I have all 4 of them coated, I'm gonna let this sit in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. It'll probably stick together a lot better. And while this is sitting here, you can go ahead and get 3 cups of shortening we're gonna need in a cast iron skillet. So you can go ahead and get that measured out. And about 5 minutes before you pull the steaks out of the refrigerator, you can go ahead and start heating your shortening. All right, it's 30 minutes has passed and I've taken these out of the refrigerator. I've got my shortening, it's all heated up. It's supposed to be 325 degrees, which mine is at. I just checked it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple of these in the pan. then they should go about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. Okay, it's been about 3 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and flip these. Cook them pretty good. And we'll let them go another few minutes. I think they're about ready to come out. Gonna head over here and put a baking sheet, covered it with foil and a cooling rack. And we'll put these two over here to drain while we get the other two cooking. Alright, all 4 of them are done. They're over here draining on the cooling rack. Now to make the gravy. We're going to use the oil that's in our cast iron skillet, but we need to drain most of it out. We only need 1/4 of a cup, so make sure you have a container that's heat proof, and we'll go ahead and dump some of this hot oil into it. Alright, so I got most of that drained. It's right here. I want to set that aside and be careful with that. That's really hot. So in my skillet, I still have 1/4 cup of the oil. A lot of the little bits from the steaks in there, but that's good. That's what you want. So from here, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of flour. We'll whisk that in. Four cups of whole milk set aside that we're going to add to this for the gravy, and then we'll just add salt and pepper. Alright, as you can see, as you incorporate the milk, it gets to a better consistency. We'll go ahead and keep adding this in. Our finished product, this is how it turned out. That's the gravy. We added some mashed potatoes. And now we're going to taste it. So I need my taste tester to come around. Tell us what you think.
I'm going to tell you what I think. Okay, let's start with the potatoes. Potatoes are really good.
Steak is really good. Yeah, it's like I'm at Cracker Barrel.
Do we have dinner plans for tonight?
I think this is our dinner plan.
Yes, that has a real good taste to it. The breading is really crunchy. Mm-hmm. The steak is really tender. Nice addition with the gravy to go with the mashed potatoes.
Yeah, it's just the right amount of seasoning. It's not over seasoned.
No, the crunch is really good on that, on the outside of the breading.
Yeah, so
Yeah. For anybody trying this, they won't be disappointed.
if you want a good recipe for the chicken fried steak, this one's really good. It wasn't that difficult. So hopefully you'll check it out, and we'll see you next time.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a